Senior Living Today, brought to you by these fine sponsors: Wires Inc. and First Class Realty Triangle East.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Senior Living Today. First, I want to start off by saying thank you so much for all of the contributions and all the call-ins that you guys do every week, because without you and without your input and your questions, a lot of what we do here on the show just wouldn't get covered, or we wouldn't know to cover the things that are important to you. We had a very special show for you this evening. I'll let Cheryl introduce the special guest in just a moment, but if you've been watching us over the last few months, you've seen everything from lawyers and wills and trusts to real estate and the pharmacy side of senior needs. Well, from here on out, we're going to try to start introducing what our main lane is, where our specialty is, which is the insurance market and Medicare coverages. Cheryl, would you mind introducing our sponsors and our guest?
Yes, sir. Thank you. Just really like to touch on our sponsors for this evening and just ask you to please patronize them whenever you can. Our new sponsor this week is Ward Specialty Pharmacy. The owner there is Patrick Ignacio, and he is a compounding pharmacy. And that is something, if you have the time, please make time to go by his shop and understand what he can do for you. That makes a big difference, especially during the donut hole period of time in your prescription plans. First Class Real Estate, Brett Hill is the owner and manager there. Excellent crew of people working there. And also Brian West of Wires Inc. I like to say, if you got an $800 pickup truck like I do, or an $80,000 pickup truck like some folks do, they're the guys who can put the bed liner in it and fix your lights.
That's right.
Make it so that they're the brightest lights on the street at night. And this evening we have a real special guest with us, a man with a head full of sense about the world of Medicare and the products and things that you need to be aware of, in that realm. This is Mr. Nelson Burchette. And Nelson, just give us a little bit of background on you, like where you're from and how long you've been here and how long you've been in this business.
Well, I live in the Nashville area. I've been here around this area since about 1970.
Okay.
And I've been in the business about 40 years, since 1980, helping people on Medicare with Medicare supplemental plans and the kind of coverage that helps them pay the bills that what Medicare doesn't fully cover and that kind of thing, and also Part D plans and Medicare Advantage plans if that's what you need. So I've been able to do that, and I've been very thankful to be able to help a lot of people save a considerable amount of money on what they may have had to pay for if they had to pay all the doctor and hospital bills and so forth. So that's been a good thing to know.
Yeah, and as we had mentioned a couple of weeks back, we're going to take the second Tuesday in each month from now to October to really focus on the world of Medicare, the information you need to know, how you get signed up, how you change drug plans if that needs to be done, and just all of that confusing world out there of Medicare. And I'll start off confusing you with just a basic explanation of Medicare. Original Medicare is Part A and Part B. Part A is your hospital-related expenses, and Part B are the expenses you entail when you're going into your doctor's office. And each of these plans, your A and B, has a deductible associated with it. And Nelson, if you wouldn't mind just touching on the deductibles and the co-pays and how that all works.
Okay, your Part A and B Medicare is what's referred to as original Medicare. The Part A entails covering your hospital, paying on hospital bills, also home health care, skilled nurse facility, and also hospice. And your Part B entails medical expenses such as doctor visits, office visits, and durable medical equipment, supplies, and so forth, and by providers and doctors. So now, just to talk about for a while the supplemental plans, how they would work. to help fill in the gaps or deductibles and co-pays that Medicare does not fully cover. Now, for example, we talk about right now what Medicare is not covering in full. Now, for example, the deductible now to go into hospital is now $1,484 deductible. So if you don't have any kind of supplement or something else to help out, then you could incur that kind of expense. Now, this deductible is good for what's called a 60-day benefit period, which means that if you go in the hospital, let's say, for example, you have 3 or 4 days, and then you leave, and let's say a week later, you have a relapse and go back into the hospital, you would not need to pay that $1,484 again during that first 60 days. So, after you've been out of the hospital for 60 days or longer, let's say you're going now for 4 or 5 days, and let's say 70 days later, you go back into the hospital, and you could incur that deductible again. So, it is possible that someone could end up paying that deductible more than one time a year, possibly 2 or 3 times a year if they have to go in the hospital quite often. So now after that, then you have what you call a copay later on if you stay in the hospital, starting the 61st day, which runs $371 a day through 90 days. And if you stay even longer, starting the 91st day and thereafter, is then $742 a day. And of course that can add up. And then over that, Medicare pays $0 after that 60 lifetime reserve days, and which is why it would be good to have something to help pay those bills if you need it. And granted, not many people stay in the hospital for much over a week, but there are a few cases where some individuals do end up being in the hospital for a long stretch of time.
And Nelson, that's where your supplement comes in to cover those.
Yes, your Medicare supplement, or if you have some kind of Medicare Advantage, or you have some kind of other health insurance like retiree group insurance or union plan or whatever. But we're going to talk about that a little bit more. And first of all, we're talking more about the supplemental plans that are available now. Now they're in alphabetical order. You have plans A through N. And some of the plans are not covered, like H, I, and J, and they went away in January of 2006 because the plans H, I, and J would pay on medicines. And the plan H and I would pay up to about $1,250 on medicine, I believe, and the plan J would pay up to a maximum, I believe, about $3,000 on medicines, which was not a great deal compared to what medicines can cost now. But those plans went away in January of 2006. Now you have plans A, B, C, D, F, G, K, L, M, and N. So you have 10 standard plans, plus you have 2 high deductible plans, which would be plans F and G. And you can have various what they call Medicare Select plans. Mostly they would be plans F and G, the Medicare Select. And I'll start off by talking about the Medicare Select plans. There again, you have to be near a hospital. In other words, the Medicare Select plan, you have to go to a hospital that accepts that kind of supplemental plan. Now, Medicare is still going to pay regardless, but the Medicare Select plan, you need to go to a hospital and sometimes to doctors that would take that particular plan. Otherwise, you might end up having to pay most or all the bill that on your deductibles and co-pays that Medicare is not covering, of course.
So you're basically talking about being in a type of a network.
Yeah, it's like a select network where you need to be near a hospital that would take the Medicare Select plans for a Medicare supplemental plan. Now, so it's not too many of those in North Carolina that I know of. But anyway, the reason a person would take that, you might ask, is simply you'd have a lower premium per month to pay on that kind of plan. So that could work for someone, of course. Now we'll back up and say plans K and L, and then the way they work, plan K would pay 50% of your deductibles and co-pays. Now plan L would pay 75% on the deductibles and co-pays, and you'd be responsible for the balance. So Now that would be Plan K, you'd be responsible for out-of-pocket limit. In this year of 2021, that would be Plan K would be $6,220 out-of-pocket max. Plan L would be, a person would be responsible for $3,110. So you would have some cost sharing there. So there again, why would someone want that kind of plan? There again, premium savings. That could be 40 or 50% less than a regular another kind of supplemental plan, like for example Plan G. It could be considerably less premium. And if a person doesn't mind, some cost sharing there, or they might have some other kind of insurance that pays on some health benefits, like an indemnity plan or something of that nature, that would help pay on hospital or maybe on some other doctor benefits. That's one reason someone may choose those plans. Now, backing up. There again, Plan G right now is now considered probably the top of the line plan. It used to be Plan F, but as of January 1 of 2020, if you're just new to Medicare from January 1, 2020 forward, you cannot enroll in a Plan F or a Plan C. The difference is those plans would cover 100% of your Part B deductible, meaning you're not going to the doctor, but which is now at $203 per month. So you cannot get those now if you're new to Medicare from January 1st, 2020 going forward. But the Plan G will probably now be considered the top of the line plan, because the only thing you have to really pay on that for medically necessary charges that Medicare approves of course, would be the $203 Part B deductible, and everything else is pretty much 100% as long as it's medically necessary, of course, according to Medicare. So now Plan G would also pay another benefit that could come into play, and that's your excess charges. And what that involves is if the doctor charges, some doctors don't take what's called, in other words, assignment. Assignment means the doctor agrees to go along with what Medicare says is the price that they're willing to say is their price. In other words, Medicare is going to have a certain price that they allow. And then the doctor, if he takes assignment, he'll go along with the price that Medicare allows. So he'll agree to that particular price that Medicare allows. If he doesn't take assignment, some doctors do not. That means he may not, but he can charge up to 15% above what the Medicare allows. So in simple terms, if you have a bill that's $100, the doctor may charge $115, or we may just charge $110, or we may not even charge it at all. You can ask your doctor if he will take assignment, and that means he'll go on what Medicare allows as their pricing. So Plan G now is probably considered the top of the line plan as far as overall benefits. Now, backing up, Plan A and B, Plan A does not cover your Part A deductible. The Plan B does, and most of your other plans pay on your Part A deductible except K and L, which you got the 50% and 75%. But now another thing is Plan A and B does not cover skilled nurse facility or foreign travel for emergency benefit.
Before we go too much further, if you could clarify something, what is the period for the Part B deductible?
That is one time per year. In other words, once you meet your $203, what would be January, whenever you first go to the doctor, then that would be your one time a year deductible was $203.
Okay. Question 2, Nelson, on these plans. How does the Medicare supplement treat emergency room, going into the emergency room?
Okay.
We've got about a minute before the
Yeah.
break, too.
Yeah.
Okay, we can get to that right after the...
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go to commercial break here in just a moment, and when we get back, we've obviously got plenty to talk about in the realm of Medicare. And again, I just want to take a moment to thank our sponsors this evening, Wires Inc., and that's my telephone playing over here in the background this evening. I thought I turned it off. And we'll be coming back to you here in just a moment after this break. Stay with us.
Senior Living Today, brought to you by these fine sponsors: Wires Inc. and First Class Realty Triangle East.
Hi, Cheryl Braswell with Statewide Insurers Group. Are you turning 65 and do you have questions about your Medicare options? Let Statewide Insurers Group help you choose the insurance plan that best suits your needs now. We at Statewide Insurers Group are all things Medicare. We're here and can help you through this challenging time, by phone, by email, or if you prefer, come by the office. We're following all protocols during this difficult time. Folks, relationships matter. You and your family have important questions. We have the correct answers. You do not want to put this off. Act today. Give us a call at Statewide Insurers Group. Our number is 252-316-8166.
Welcome back. As you guys might have noticed the first half of the show, we just got into the very beginning of discussing Medicare and the insurance and the different things from deductibles and the different plan names. We're going to try to take that topic a little further and see if we can't break this up into some choppy steps, because we understand it can be very confusing to truly understand everything about the coverages from A to the prescription drug plan. So, Cheryl, I'll kick it back to you for the next question.
And please keep in mind, Nelson's got a head full of sense on this subject. You can reach him, you can give our office a call, and we can relay messages to Nelson, and he can talk with you, or you can come by our office. Someone can talk with you over the phone and help answer your questions that you may have about Medicare. And you don't have to wait till you're 65 to get the information that you need to know. It would probably be a great benefit to you if 6-8 months out you started making inquiries and trying to learn a little bit about what you need to be doing. Couple of things I did want to touch on and get Nelson to talk about here. Nelson, the question that we had was, does everybody turning 65 need to enroll right away into Part B of Medicare?
Okay, well, the simple answer to that would be no. But to clarify that a little bit more, for example, if someone is still working at a job and has an employer coverage and has group major medical and still employed for him and maybe for his spouse or her spouse, then they can delay taking the Part B coverage. Now, as you probably know, the Part B premium is now $148.50 per month. And so if they've got good major medical and still working, maybe they want to work on a couple of years. An example might be, let's say if somebody's turning 65 and his wife is maybe 63 years old, and perhaps he's paying a low premium per month for both him and his wife, and they have good major medical, well, then he could delay taking his Part B until he actually gets ready to retire, and his wife rolls over towards getting age 65, and they can go ahead and get the Part B Medicare then. Now, and that would actually save them like 148. The working one would save them like $148.50 per month, which could add up over a couple of years, for example.
I'll give you an example of that, Nelson, that we encountered here in the last few months. I had a couple that came in. The husband was still working. He was 67, and on the group plan. The wife was also on the group plan. She was 66 right now. But this is what they did. They thought they were doing the right thing, and last year, when she was turning 65, she went ahead and signed up for Medicare B. And unbeknownst to them, that was not the best thing for them to do, because, and correct me if I'm wrong on this, Nelson, once you turn 65 and you sign up for B, then you've got 63 days from that point to get a Medicare supplement plan?
Okay,
Or-
the way that works, whenever you get your Part B, after, for example, if you turn 65, and you get Part A and B at the same time, or if you wait even a few years later and get Part B, whenever you start your Part B, you actually have a 6-month, what you call
Yeah,
Medicare open enrollment period, meaning you can get, you can choose any supplement from any company that sells it in North Carolina that you want to, and or you can sign up for a Medicare Advantage plan before your Part B starts if you want to rather get a Medicare Advantage plan if you choose to get either a supplement or a Medicare Advantage plan.
Right. So she'd actually been beyond that period of time, and we had to do a little bit of hustling to be able to find a program that we could get her enrolled in to take care of those expenses. So again, it makes sense to get in touch with somebody who's in this business like we are statewide, and be able to help you know what timelines you need to be looking at and what you need to be taken care of to get yourself ready to be covered. Another question we had, Nelson, does everybody turning 65 need to enroll in a Medicare supplement plan or a Medicare Advantage plan?
Well, the simple answer to that again would be no, but to clarify it a little bit more, and then for example, some people might have TRICARE for Life, which acts like a Medicare supplement and also covers on medicines, or some people might have CHAMP VA, which is sort of acts like a Medicare supplement, or some people have a major medical retiree plan, or a union plan, or federal or state or retiree plan, and they wouldn't really need to sign up for a supplemental plan. So of course everybody does not, or a Medicare Advantage plan. So if they got good coverage, retiree coverage, they really wouldn't necessarily need to sign up for any plan like that.
Mm-hmm. And that's just a matter of sitting down and doing what you were talking about, just taking those costs, writing them down, make a list, and see which side of the ledger is the best one for you, whether you need to stay on your group plan or if you need to go ahead and move over to Medicare.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Had one other question, and this one can get really involved, I know, but I would like for you to touch on it just a little bit, Nelson. People under the age of 65, and they're going on Medicare disability, can they get a Medicare supplement plan or a Medicare Advantage plan to help them with their co-pays? And
okay, the answer to that is yes. Now, I printed out something from the North Carolina Department of Insurance that explains that a little bit more, and I can kind of read this regulation to you so you can understand it, so make sure we get it straight. So Medicare supplement insurance federal regulations do not guarantee eligibility to individuals under age 65 who are eligible for Medicare due to disability. However, 33 states have adopted state legislation extending guaranteed issue to that group of individuals, and it says North Carolina is one of those states that mandates individuals eligible for Medicare due to disability can get a supplement. Now, the plans they would be eligible for, they would have a 6-month open enrollment, and they can get plans A, D, and G during the 6-month open enrollment when they first get on Medicare disability.
Okay. And once a person signs up in the Medicare disability situation, they get on a supplement plan, do they have to re-enroll every year, or does that stay in place?
No, they can keep it going, and when they turn age 65, they get another 6-month
Right.
open enrollment to get a regular Medicare supplement at the price for someone that's age 65, which will usually be less premium involved.
Right, okay. Well, as we talk about it every week, this is the quickest 30 minutes in TV, and we're coming up on being at the end of our time slot here. And Nelson, thank you for being here tonight and just getting the ball rolling. We'll be doing this the second Tuesday in each month. We'll be focusing, again, on Medicare supplements, Medicare Advantage plans, the drug plans, just the information that you need to know to be able to make an informed, intelligent decision, about what you want to be enrolled in and what works best, in your situation. And if you need help with that, we'd love to talk to you at Statewide Insurers Group. We're over at the corner of Country Club Road and Hunter Hill Road. It's Country Club Road. We're across the street from the Pizza Inn, right?
Yep.
And in the condominiums on the corner there is what I like to say. But yeah, call our office is 316-8166. Somebody there will be able to take your call, field your question, and take care of it. When we don't know, we immediately pick up the phone and we call Nelson, and we go into that head full of sense he's got from all those years of working in this business, and hopefully get the right answer that you need to take care of your particular situation. And that's the news. It is the news this evening on Senior Living Today. Thank you for being here, and we'll see you next week.
Take care.
Okay.
Senior Living Today, brought to you by these fine sponsors: Wires Inc. and First Class Realty Triangle East.